Are you afraid of growing old and not being able to live a productive, enjoyable, and healthy life? Are you looking for the perfect one-of-a-kind product that can replace all kinds of vitamins which are not helping you? We have used several direct antioxidants for several years which have not helped the aging process or treatment of various diseases. New studies have revealed that supplements have massive amounts of synthetic vitamins and minerals. The Kasturi Wellness Podcast provides you with information on LYP, an all-natural 5 plant-based product with ingredients which activates your genes to make them work for you. In our podcast, you will learn how to be in the forefront of a new and ongoing trend that is going to make a big impact in the world. You will learn the concept of biohacking and why this is going to be the future of our health. Gone are the days of supplements. The Kasturi Wellness Podcast will provide you with the information on activating your own cells and organs to live a longer and healthier life. Hello, everybody. I'm David Arndt with Dr. Jaya Kasturi. And Dr. Kasturi, in your last blog, you mentioned oxidative stress and what that does to the body, but you briefly touched upon the 4 pillars of health. Now, could you give us some more information on these 4 pillars?
Yeah, in fact, today I plan to talk on 4 pillars of health. But before that, I would like to remind you about my last blog in case you don't remember. I talked about the first pillar of health is the oxidative stress. We all go through oxidative stress every day, every second of our life. And how does it happen? The air that we breathe, all the environmental exposure to ultraviolet rays, cell phones, the various environmental toxins, all of them produce large number of garbage in our cells, with so-called garbage, because these are free radicals, which are ions floating in the cell and inside the cell, and they cause inflammation. That is how we get the aging process. Even after the age of 20, we all start aging. We don't realize this. Till the age of 20, our body produces enough antioxidants. Why antioxidants are important? They destroy these free radicals so that our cells can remain healthy and keep on functioning normally. But that process is being shortened after the age of 20. Our cells do not produce enough antioxidants, and we need external antioxidants, and we have been using it for 20-30 years. We have been using it, but they have not been that effective. If you know, everybody talks about eating grapes, drinking red wine. We know that kale, spinach, broccoli, all of them are considered antioxidants, and we have been taking. But have we really achieved or delayed the aging process? No, neither. Various diseases which we all suffer from, we have not made a dent in the disease process. In fact, diseases are increasing. We are living little longer because of advent of antibiotics and other various scientific progresses, but we still have not achieved longer health or disease-free health. And that is one of the reason lot of work has been going on. And one of the important things that came out of that research is NRF2 activation. NRF2 is a transcriptional protein in the cytoplasm which activates our survival genes in the nucleus. The genes are in the chromosomes, and these survival genes, which are 400 of them, they get activated and they produce increased amount of antioxidant enzymes in our own cells, and that's what takes care of all the antioxidants that we are producing in our life. And that is one of the reasons that NRF2 activation to preserve antioxidant production by our own cells is one of the most important health process that has been discovered of late. Washington State University says this NRF2 activation is an important discovery in the therapeutic and prevention of various disease processes, and this is going to be the biggest new science in the realm of medicine. So we know these things. I have talked about it, but just keeping the cell producing enough antioxidants is just not enough, because we do need other um, organs in our cell to be healthy also. And the most important organ inside the cell is mitochondria. These are called mighty mitochondria. Why? Because they produce our energy. The oxygen that we breathe goes into the mitochondria, and the mitochondria then undergoes various biochemical processes to create our energy, which is called adenosine triphosphate. And that is the energy with which we talk, we walk, we show our emotions. That's the main way we are living. And that is very important to keep the mitochondrial function. And this mitochondria also gets destroyed by the free radicals. That is the problem. Those same free radicals which we destroy this nucleus and the genes also tries to destroy the mitochondria. Mitochondria produces the uses the oxygen, produces the free radicals, and the same free radicals are destroying mitochondria. Isn't this a very distinctive process? And then how to keep these mitochondria going, how to form new mitochondria, because we lose mitochondria in this process. They function less, they become smaller and smaller, and we lose the energy. If you have seen, as we age, we do find that we have less energy. If you look at people aged 80, 90 years old, they always want to sleep, they want to lie down, they don't think they have enough energy to go around, and they always do not want to be going out in the crowd. All these things are because their mitochondria are very few and they are not working properly. And we need to keep this mitochondria healthy so that we can have the same amount of energy. We can have enough antioxidants, but we need the same energy level so that we can use our entire brain, our entire body properly, and we can live to a fullest extent whatever is possible by us in a proper manner. And that's one of the reasons mitochondria are very important for our health, and we have to regenerate them. Now, what we have done for mitochondrial regeneration is we have made another we have found another pathway which is called NRF1 pathway. NRF is nuclear reactive factor. These are two factors in the cytoplasm which have been found in the last 20 to 25 years, and they are very important proteins in our cell. Now, NRF2 activation activates your enzyme production. NRF1 activation makes your mitochondrial regeneration and keeps them healthy. How do we achieve this NRF1 activation? We again have 5 important nutritional compounds which we join them, and they actively cause the regeneration of NRF1 and mitochondrial regeneration. How these are alpha lipoic acid, grape extract, CoQ10, which we all know is very important for our health, energy production, then quercetin and L-carnitine. If you know, many people, cardiologists, do use all these things separately, but when you join together, there is a synergistic action, and they work far better to activate the NRF1 system in our cell, which causes mitochondrial regeneration, and we have extremely good energy production, as well as we can feel the energy. And that is one of the reason we want people to use both NRF1 activation and NRF2 activation. And both these products are called Protandim. One is Protandim, which activates the NRF2, the other one Protandim, which activates the NRF1. And if you take both of them, you are keeping your cells in good health. And we also know that the mitochondrial dysfunction is the main reason for cancer production. That has been proven more recently in several articles. And that's another reason I would urge that if you're taking NRF2 to keep your cell health, take NRF1 to keep your mitochondrial health. And this is a very, very important subject for me, and I have been studying and doing research on this subject. And I would like to answer any of the questions if you have in future. You are welcome to talk to me. And then now, Mr. Arndt will be asking me more questions about what other things I've been working on. So let me ask him whether he's taking NRF1. He's going to start taking it because he takes NRF2. Now, what else you would like to know, Mr. Arndt?
Well, you know what, you discuss cellular and mitochondrial, components and the effects of the product on those areas. What other components does are affected by some of these?
As I said, there are four pillars. So we have dealt with the cellular components: oxidative stress, mitochondrial regeneration. Now comes the gut health. Gut health is extremely important. In fact, many physicians and also ordinary people who do not even go to the doctor do realize that they have to keep their gut healthy. And that's one of the reasons there is a lot of advertisement about probiotics. You can see it in the TV. You can go to various supermarkets or Costco or Walmart and see probiotic being advertised, and people do buy probiotics from the shelf. Now, what are the probiotics? We all, in our gut, we are supposed to have normal bacteria, certain amount of normal bacteria. There are various forms of normal bacteria. They keep our gut healthy. Gut health is a very important thing. What happens is that the single layer of epithelium that is covering the intestine all over, there's a tight junction between them. If we do not have normal bacteria in the intestine, the tight junction becomes loose and things leak out from the gut. That's called leaky gut. And this leaky gut is responsible for various inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel disease, and also it has a very important function. Gut makes the hormones for our brain. Serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, these are also produced in the gut, which goes to our brain. And that's why we call gut as our second brain. This is very important. So we need to maintain the normal bacteria. We are in the habit of using antibiotics a lot, even for minor viral illnesses. What it causes? It depletes our normal bacteria, which we should have, and instead there are abnormal bacteria which occupy our gut and they destroy the gut health. Various toxins in the food also destroy our gut health. Not just the external bacteria and viruses, but there are various chemical compounds in the pesticides which can also cause harm. The food toxins can cause harm to our gut bacteria, and that causes the leaky gut and various diseases. And as I talked about it, the various hormones for the brain are produced. And in fact, probiotic is an important component to tell our brain that we are satisfied. That kind of a connection is between brain and gut. So that is one of the reason we have to have proper gut bacteria. And we try to get all kinds of probiotic from various sources, but majority of the probiotic that we buy from outside have a problem. They get destroyed in the stomach acid. They don't survive to reach the intestine. We need these bacilli, which are called. We need them in the intestine, not in the stomach. But they get destroyed in the stomach acid. So only 4% of them reaches the intestine, and this is of no use. What we have done is the probiotic that we have made, it does not have to be refrigerated. This has a protective coating called biotract mechanism, which is patented mechanism, so that it does not get destroyed in the stomach acid. Entire uh, capsule reaches the intestine and slowly releases the bacilli whole 24 hours. 60% of the bacilli reach our intestine, and that maintains our gut health. So we need to know that just taking any probiotic does not help our gut. What is important is that probiotic has to be protected against stomach acids. That's very important, that we have taken care of in the probiotic that we use. And also we have added gut is the most important site for immune system. 80% of our immune system is situated in the gut, which is very surprising because till recently we did not know about it. And to keep that immune system going, it is important that we keep it healthy. The We have added an L-immune into this probiotic so that our immune function does very good job. Do you know many of the autoimmune processes start because of the gut dysfunction? And that's one of the reason it is important to keep the gut healthy, so that our immune function is proper and our bacterial growth is proper, which maintains our hormonal system, and we do not suffer from various gut related problems. And also it helps in the weight management because gut signals the brain that you are satisfied, this is enough to eat. So all these are very important thing, and we have to know how to maintain our gut health. Mr. Arndt has some more questions to ask me so that I can explain other systems that we are it's important to know about.
What are the other organs that are important to having the best health?
The last but not the least is the brain. Blood brain barrier is an important function. Whatever we do, they have to reach the brain to function. And you know that for brain function, fatty acids are very important. That too, especially omega 3 fatty acids. They keep the cell membrane, each membrane of the nerve cell is maintained by the fatty acids from omega 3. So, omega 3 is anti inflammatory, it is it also regenerates the nerve cell very good. It also, there are two components of omega 3, DHA and EPA. The component EPA is more anti inflammatory. DHA is for the maintenance of healthy neurons in our brain. And that fatty acid is very, very important. So the omega 3 we carry has more ratio of DHA to EPA to maintain the good brain health. Not only that, we also have omega 7. Omega 7, many people do not even know what is it. I have seen that they ask me, what is it? Very recently, Harvard Medical School and Cleveland Medical School did some studies, and they realized there is a omega 7 which is anti-metabolic syndrome, which increases the sensitivity of the insulin to glucose. That way, it protects against diabetes. It prevents from getting diabetes. So this is a very important component which many other omega 3s that are available in the market do not have. We in our omega 3 we have included omega 7 mainly for this purpose. You know, the incidence of diabetes, metabolic syndrome is very high in our society, and if you want to combat that, we do need to have omega 7. Other omega 6 and other omegas are not important. They are pro-inflammatory, they cause inflammation, so you have to completely avoid them. Omega 3 is again available everywhere. It's being advertised, it is available over the counter. We all buy because we all know 70% of the US population do take supplements without even the knowledge of their physicians, and they do buy omega 3. But do you know, most of the omega 3 that you get from the shelf, they're oxidized. That's why they are rancid. They have a fish burp when you take them. I do not know. I have experienced it. So that is one of the reasons they are not worth taking. You might be spending 20, 30, $50, but it's of no use because they are oxidized. So the omega 3 that we carry is not oxidized. You can even chew it. It has no fish burp. And this can be used even in individuals who are allergic to fish, because fish protein is not there in this omega 3. And it is lemon flavored. So when you chew it, you don't even know you are chewing on omega 3. It's that pleasant. Children chew this omega 3 easily. And what we have done, not only omega 3, omega 7, but we've added vitamin D3. Why? Because vitamin D3 is important for our bone health. In When you have enough sun and you are exposed your skin to the sun, we are producing enough vitamin D3 for your bone from your skin. But that's not available in cold countries. We don't have enough sun. Then we don't expose because we are too cold, with the result that we are not making our own vitamin D3, and we do need external vitamin D3. Many of us randomly take vitamin D3. That is not right. Too much of vitamin D3 can harm our system. They can do kidney stones, they can cause excess calcification in our arteries of the heart, soft tissue calcification. That's why you cannot just go and buy 2,000, 5,000 units of vitamin D3 and keep on taking because somebody asked you to take. Take the amount that is required. The minimum amount that is required is 600 to 800 units, and you can get that by taking this omega 3, which has included 800 units of vitamin D3, which you need in everyday life. Because if you are lacking vitamin D3, your bones get porous. You'd suffer from osteoporosis later on in life. So that is why vitamin D3 is an important component. So what we have done, we have combined vitamin D3 to our omega, and it is possible. It's a system with which we combine all these three, omega 3, omega 7, and vitamin D3, and form one kind of omega, and you can take three of them in a day. At one time you can take it. So these are the four pillars of optimum health. You keep the cellular health by taking Protandim NRF2 activator, keep the mitochondrial health by taking NRF1 activator, Protandim NRF1 activator, then physique probiotic, which is another very important one. The last but not the least is the omega 3 with omega 7 and vitamin D3. These are the four pillars, and this keeps your optimum health. You can expect to have a most optimum health if you take four of these together. And it has been made very easy by our company.
How are
are people able to get a hold of these products?
Um, People can get them if they go to my website called kasturiwellness.com, or they can, if they want to talk to me, they can call me on my cell phone. They can email me. All the information will be given to you. At the same time, if you want to have a personal advice from me, I don't mind talking to any of my patients or any acquaintances or any friends, because my purpose is to educate people. I want the public to know that the science is far advanced. Every physician is not knowing about the advancement of these things, as far as the medical studies goes. These recent advances are not taught, and many of us do not keep up with the modern medicine. This is the latest science, and we can probably do a remarkable good job by educating each other, by educating every person that we come across. And that's one of the reasons I made Mr. Arndt take the NRF2 activator for his good health. I would like to know what do you think of Protandim NRF2, which you've been taking for nearly a month now?
You know what? It's actually been about a month and a week now that I've been taking the NRF2 Pro Tandem. And, after having spine surgery 3 years ago and having metal put into my back and a cage, I've noticed that my inflammation has gone down considerably, that I don't really have to take any extra anti-inflammatories. I'm still, dealing with pain from, herniated discs and other spine-related issues, but the actual inflammation has been brought down considerably, and admittedly, my gut health has actually, I haven't had any stomach related issues. So those are the two biggest factors that I've seen, because I definitely, I'm not a fan of taking prescription pills. That's, besides, just the course and regimen, taking, all sorts of pills. I've never been one to take pills, drink much alcohol, but I just, needed something else to help kind of make things a little bit better, because, the inflammation was the worst part. I could deal with pain on, but that's here nor there. It's just inflammation was the biggest thing that I've seen so far. Do you take Protandim?
I take Vitality Stack. What is that? All these four pillars which I talk about, Protandim 1 and 2, Probiotic, and Omega, they've all formed into a strip. You can see it in the slide, and it's very easy to carry. They don't get destroyed in the regular temperature, in the room temperature. Wherever you travel, you can just take those strips with you. You don't have to count anything. The bottles, you don't have to carry them. Very easy to take. I've been taking it for nearly 2 years now, and I used to have a lot of osteoarthritis. As you know, I'm not a very young person. I'm 80 years old.
No.
I had tremendous right shoulder arthritis, and 2 years ago I was told by the orthopedic surgeon that I need to totally replace my right shoulder. 1 month later, I came across this heavenly material called Protandim NRF2, and I started taking it. Lo and behold, it took 7 months for me to know the result. As you know, it takes a long time for us to get all those free radicals and garbage in our cells. And it's going to take the same amount of time to get our cells to a normal process. And how does it happen? It takes 1 month for every decade of life you have lived. So you have to take that many months to know the result. So it took me 7 months when I suddenly noticed that my pain in the right shoulder was gone. I do weightlifting now. I do various exercises. I have no sign of inflammation in my right shoulder. My thyroid became normal. I was taking thyroid medication for hypothyroidism, my thyroid function became normal, and the physician was very surprised. And I see every day my health improving. Everyone would be appreciating if we offer this to as many people as possible. Now, I have many testimonials from my patients also, but very recent one which I want to talk. I have a guy who is about more than 50 years of age, just early 50s, had very bad diabetes, he's obese, his hemoglobin A1C, with which we measure the the amount of glucose control, whether they are controlled or not, was 11.4. Many of you will know what is that. That hemoglobin A1C was high. He was obese, and I was observing him. One day I said, he is a grocer. I told him, why don't you sit with me for half an hour and listen to me? He started taking Vitality Stack, and I told him it will take you 4 or 5 months to know the results, so don't expect anything miracle. He said okay. He was skeptic, but he started taking because I, as a physician, advised him. In 2 months' time, he calls me and tells me, oh, Dr. Kasturi, what can I give you? My hemoglobin A1C, without doing anything else, has come down to 7.4. My doctor has reduced my insulin dosage from 100 to 40 units. What other important thing which I didn't even know? He says the psoriasis which I had in my body all these years has disappeared in 2 months. I was surprised, and I'm elated that such good testimonials could come from my patients. Just not one, many, several patients. A patient with autoimmune disease, she says she doesn't have to take any pain medication for her arthritis, which she has in her hand, rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren syndrome. They don't have to go on any other medication. They feel good with this Vitality Stack, whatever they are taking. If some people can take just Protandim, go ahead and take it. But this is the way people are telling me now, and I'm more excited that how many more people I can reach. That's one of the reason I'm talking to you all, that you need to know this. You don't have to know the entire science, but learn little bit about this science, the latest science, and try to see whether you can use them for the betterment of your health. Thank you.
Dr. Kasturi, I do appreciate the time, to, inform me and everybody watching about the 4 pillars of health. And I do encourage all of our watchers and listeners to definitely visit your site. If they do have any questions, please definitely reach out to Dr. Kasturi. She's very, very receptive to give out some more information. And I hope everybody out there definitely at least tries for themselves at least some of your product. I do know NRF2 Protandim has helped me considerably in just a month and a half. And I'm sure as you said, it takes a few months to fully go through the course depending on how old you are. But I have seen such a remarkable decrease in my inflammation right off the bat, so I'm definitely going to be continuing myself. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
For more information, visit our website at KasturiWellness.com or email Dr. Kasturi directly. We'll be happy to give you more information, insights, and advice to help you make the best choices for your health.